Hello everyone. This is a short tutorial about how to use R for survey analysis. Because I'm going to switch between different interface, so I'm just going to show my PowerPoint in this way. There are just a few steps, 5 steps to be specific, and this tutorial intends to give the fresh new beginner a brief and quick walkthrough of how to start your first project using R. Specifically today, we're using a example from survey analysis, and I'm going to share the path, the website URL link under this video for the sample codes so that you can go ahead and get started. So the first step is download R, which is super intuitive. You Google download R and the first page would be the website you're going to visit, and depending on your if you're Windows or Mac, you're going to find different website for that. And there are a bunch of other guidebooks. If you just don't know and you just search download R, there are a few places you can find the link, the same link that I showed in the previous page for downloading R. However, to really use R, there's kind of a twin package, a twin software that you need to download too, which is R Studio. So to download R Studio, when you search, the second link is it. So again, depending on if you're a Mac user or a Windows user, you download R Studio from here on this site. So assuming that you completed the first 2 steps and you are wondering what is the difference between R and R Studio, I have another video recorded half a year ago on YouTube. So it's R Overview Part 1 for beginners, Introduction to R and Tips on R Studio setup, which basically walk you through a few other steps, a few other tips for beginners. And also, if you are experienced with R, there might be some tricks you don't know. So you might find this video also helpful there. Basically, it's talking about why we need to download both R and R Studio. But let's assume that you don't care about the nuances about these 2 software, and you are ready with the 2 software installed on your computer. And then the next step is to download the sample files that I provided. I uploaded them on my GitHub. So let me show you. I'll also paste the URL there. But you can simply also Google my name, and then this is the file. This is a whole repository that I shared a bunch of other sample R codes for research projects. But for today's tutorial purpose, the 2 files you need is theme source.r. So if you find this page and you click this R file, there is an option for you to download the raw file. So you click that and you choose the folder on your computer to save. And then there is another file, which is inside the subfolder called survey assessment. And this is a sample survey code I provided that is used to analyze a survey called first impression survey. So students' first impression about a college. So I shared my sample code here. And again, when you find this file, you can just simply click download raw file and choose the place to save. And then you are having those 2 files ready on your computer. And let's proceed to the next step, which is assuming that you have all the you completed all the first 3 steps, which is the 2. You do have your R and R Studio on your computer. If you haven't, pause this video and do that. And then let's come back and find the downloaded files here. So this is the file we're going to open first. And if I'm using a Mac system, if you can see from this page. So you open it with RStudio and then give it a moment to load. And let's zoom in, make it full screen. So this is a bunch of sample codes, but what is really important for you to kind of reproduce this and successfully run through those R code chunks is that you find the right path to replace. So what I mean by this is go back to the folder you saved your other file, the theme source.r file, and you click and find. On Mac, it's really tricky to find the path, the file path. You need to, on your keyboard, you need to click Option, and you can see when I click Option, there's a bunch of things that pop up. So one of the things that you need to find is copy this as path name. So you click that while you are holding the Option key. That's the file path. And then you replace the first code chunk, the source code chunk, with that one, the file called theme source that you just downloaded. And this is the file path on your computer. So this is going to be unique. So you're not having the same name. So it's going to be your own computer's file path. So this is a really key step for you to be able to successfully run through this. So because this is the first time you're going to run a R code chunk, you might not having installed all the packages. So that's why I saved this source file for you. And let's open this source file to see what's inside. This is basically, as indicated by the name, the themes and the source. So it's all the library you need, maybe basically for most of data analytics projects. So for example, if you run the first code, which is on Mac, is command return. So you select the code you want to run, and you click command on your keyboard, command return. On the right-hand side of this window is the console. So it means this runs through without any error. However, on your end, when you're trying to do this, you might find there's an error message because you haven't installed this package. So what you're going to do is install.package and then type in this name. And in R, actually, it kind of, now it's different now. It's much better and easier to install packages because when you make a change, and then there is a button of save. So when you save, it's likely that there's something pop up saying, in this file that you just saved, there's a bunch of package that you haven't installed. So there is a kind of automatic process. You can click, please install all the things that's in this file, but I haven't installed. While if unfortunately that's not an automatic process for you, there's nothing pop up, you might need to manually click through those install packages to install all the packages that's written here for you. So this is not only for today's sample codes, it's also there's a bunch of other packages that's maybe helpful for like web scraping, for running regression, running other models, and maybe sometimes machine learning models too. But we're not going into that advanced code today. So today you are going to find the URL, the path file for replacing this source code. The source code is basically meaning please run this code in this file first before you start anything. So this is likely to be the first chunk of code you run to call all the packages you need. For example, the read CSV it might not be available to you if you don't load the corresponding read Excel. This is for reading Excel though, like package. So you need to run the theme, the source, the libraries first before you can start. So the second one, the second link, the second path you need to replace is the path of your data file. So if you have a survey file, for this one, we do provide I'll later maybe provide a sample data for you to analyze. But again, after you download that data file, you need to replace this path with your file with your unique name and stuff there. So after you replace that, you're ready to analyze this data file. And the next thing you do is to click through, like there's a button here, like a small arrow here. This means run current chunk. So if you click through, after you're having this sample data that I will upload, and I'll paste the link under this video. So you run through that, you'll find a bunch of interesting happening automatically. And you're maybe trying to understand what is happening in this code. But I'll let that for yourself to figure out, because this is meant to kind of quickly walk you through of how to start your first art project by just running through and playing around with the sample code provided and the sample data provided. And you can go into this file. This is really long, but I try to provide some instructions kind of between the lines to help you understand what is going on. And also, as you can see, there's a really great function called outline here, which you can kind of navigate just like a table of content of the different sections and different chunks for different purpose. So that's it for now. I'll see you in our next video.